any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Yellow. 480.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Gonna give this time to the tailback. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Hey, guys, I got 15.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things that I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Emmanuel Ogbah. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? On the draw, this is Barkley. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. That is caught at the 7. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Escaping the pressure. Touchdown, Broncos. And maybe there that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Mahomes now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than...
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, that they could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Go ahead.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
White.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. On 1st down, Drake. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. On 2nd and 7, Mahomes looking. Got a man that's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 36 yards on the play. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go. They'll try the left side. Rolling. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Check curls.
Mahomes going to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. The 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep them from going all the way.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Another try for Barkley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Set. 10-2 stop. Yep. And ready. Big grip.
And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs.
Yellow. 480. You ain't doing nothing today. Hey, Ripley. Check.
On first down, rolling. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 5-yard line.
That's going to be a long day.
45's the mic. 45's the mic. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
45.
Back near his goal line. Here's Mahomes trying to lay one up deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll make it 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And that will be incomplete. The former first-round pick, Kareem Jackson, there defensively. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here. They could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Past the 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Saquon Barkley, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Broncos push further out in front. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force it.
And the Broncos get there and take him down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. He'll return it from the 6. Yeah, that's a pretty good one for the old average. 68 yards on the punt there. And it'll be 1st and 10, Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now they're coming back out. Now they've established this run game. The play-action pass could very well be open.
Bravo! Hey, gun.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. 50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo to Gordon out left. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Broncos.
Here we go. Like 20.
Here's Garoppolo on first and 10. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
One, Omaha.
Check my 50. Mike is dead.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 12 more yards there and another first down. Garoppolo and the offense with a first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on first and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's third down. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos push further out in front. Now McManus for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Next to score, Broncos 28, Chiefs nothing.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Too little,
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to air one out. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Again, it's Barkley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Here we go.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. This is the tight end Fant. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Saquon Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Here we go.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because...
Now Garoppolo lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Nick Kwiatkowski. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now here's Mahomes going up top. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up any.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Here we go.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Frank Clark in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Garoppolo. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers. as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll keep it on the ground. Rolling, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play.
And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. We're back now in KC. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. This is taken at about the 14. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. He gets away from one. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Agba able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
12. 5. 21. Here we go. 6.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Kenyon break on the return. The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
Yellow.
Check. No chance.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Iibeatuagain in there to pick it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Garoppolo looks to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Check. Crunch.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
This is taken at the 18. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. Powers ahead at the 45. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get us the field, defense.
They'll run on 1st down. Rolling. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Tackle made there by Trayvon Howard.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Well, throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch the safety creep.
They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looking to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Broncos, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
mode. This ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be presto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Ay, 16 cars in my front yard. Ay, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a disc. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ay, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she wanted like me cause her lame, she can't count on him. She tried to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock